Hi Cancer, and welcome to your June tarot reading. My name is Julia Aurelia, and today we're going to explore the energies of your June. We're going to do this with a tarot. I got my Soul Journey tarot with me, and I'm going to start with some oracle cards first. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and everybody who has a strong Cancer aspect in their chart and therefore feels connected to the sign of Cancer. Also, welcome to all the cross watchers. What are the energies for Cancer? Distance. I have to say, these are the Sacred Soulmate cards, so they will more focus on relationships. However, I also feel like, by the way, I do like to expand them into other areas as well. So I will do this in a second. Here it says there is too much distance to maintain this connection. So for some of you, this could relate to a relationship, to a friendship, to any sort of partnership, relationship in your life where there is too much distance, physical distance, or maybe emotional distance. I feel like those two want to come out. We have embrace uncertainty and the past. So something is now moving into the past. Maybe this is a past connection of yours and you're wondering, being uncertain about how the situation is going to move forward. So in this case, it's important to embrace the uncertainty and to maybe let it be in the past, let it become a memory. Again, two cards. That didn't happen with any other sign before. Now, for some of you, there might be a distance to a goal that you want to reach, in which case I feel like it is important that you have milestones. If something seems too far away or too big to approach, then it can be helpful to set little goals in between that will help you to go from one little milestone or stepping stone to the next and to then reach your goal in the distance. Let it go. You know, I mean, I can't make it up. We have the past. I said this already exactly like this here. It says release the past. So again, there is too much distance. Release the past, embrace the uncertainty, forgive, soften, move forward. And the ripple effect, part of something bigger, and details are being taken care of. So this situation, I feel like, is exactly the way as it is supposed to be, even though it might be painful that there's too much distance. However, the messages are really clear. It's about letting it go, release the past, soften when it comes to the memories of the past, forgive yourself, forgive the other person if needed. In order to basically release the energies. You don't need to forgive that person and say, yeah, it was okay that you treated me badly. So that's not what forgiveness is, but it is about releasing the energies so that you feel calm and peaceful and are not emotionally, again, involved in that situation. It's also about releasing the emotions. I'm getting this as well. Release the emotions that are still connecting you to this past situation and then move forward. The details are being taken care of, whatever this means for you. And this whole situation is part of something bigger. We do see the relationship here. We do also see the toxicity here. Something is not working, and that's blocking this relationship. Like I said, these are the Seelenreise Tarot in German, Soul Journey Tarot. If you are interested in this deck at the moment is only available in German. However, I know there are a lot of people who buy decks even if they are in a different language. So just give me a message and I will... I need to pull another card for this one. And another. Okay, just give me a message and I will give you the link where you can get this deck. All right, so what I can see here, you are overthinking this, Cancer. So this whole thing, it is a relationship reading. We do have that quite clearly here. So some sort of friendship, relationship, partnership, romantic, family. For some of you, it might be business. So we do have the King of Pentacles over here, outside of you. So that might be a Capricorn, a Taurus, a Virgo. It might be a businessman. It might be somebody who's very grounded, very traditional. Maybe somebody who says, I've always done it this way, I will do it this way again. This might be a person who's rigid, but also on the good side of things, this person might be very stable, very secure, has high values, maybe traditional values here. Trust, loyalty, those things in general for this person seem to be important. This person could also be somebody who is working. He could be the provider, or provider doesn't always need to be male, but could be providing for somebody else, could take a lot of responsibility, is maybe hardworking, might be a workaholic. The King of Pentacles could also be somebody who has a family, or who's building a house or is taking care of the house. So somebody, like I said, who's at least at the moment, maybe not all the time, but right now this person is representing themselves as the King of Pentacles. So very grounded, very secure, very stable, pragmatic, down to earth. However, you yourself are the King of Wands. So what I can see is that through this experience, you have grown. You're very, with the King of Wands, he has a lot of experiences. He has grown. He has followed his desires and has followed his soul basically into a lot of experiences that weren't always easy. But he has learned from his mistakes and he's very mature and is now able to look ahead. He is, by the way, the big picture person. So there is something at the moment happening where this whole situation is part of a bigger picture, a bigger storyline that at the moment you might not be able to perceive. Though I have to say, with the King of Wands, you might be able to pull yourself up and gain new perspectives onto this situation already. Let's go a bit deeper into the energy. So what happened between the two of you? Disappointment in the past. Something broke. There is pain. There's heartache. There could have been grief, a loss in the past with the Five of Cups. Some sort of emotional challenge. May that be related to grief, sadness, regret. Something has broken. But this is something I can see between you guys here. I do see the Two of Cups. I, however, feel like this energy is here because this is a relationship reading, some sort of partnership here where there have been disappointments in the past. And I feel like the Devil shows us why the energies are like that. Because there is some sort of toxic behavior, toxic cycle, pattern. Somebody might be addicted to something. Emotionally, materially, there is maybe a codependency. Somebody might be very controlling, or like I said, simply very toxic here. So two people are bound to each other, not by free will, but because there is another force, another thing that keeps them together. So yeah, I feel like it's a little bit forced. There's something that is forced here in this situation. And we can see with the Hanged Man, I want to go here again. And this whole thing and situation is keeping you stuck in the carousel of nightmares, basically. So you might sometimes find it hard to go to bed and sleep because your mind is so active, thinking about that situation, thinking about, oh my God, how is all of this going to develop, etc. And for some of you, I do feel like this person is still in your life. So this is why you are overthinking this, because you can see that there is something that is not working. At the moment, I feel like you're trying to gain new insights and perspectives, seeing things from a different perspective, gaining knowledge about the situation, reflecting on the past. Kind of like, I always get a sense of that you are trying to just hang in there. I'm just going to hang in there and see how it's going to develop. Maybe it's going to change. But while you're hanging in there, I feel like there is a little bit funny, there's a little bit of distance which is why you are able to see now from a different perspective and gain valuable insights about that situation. The Hierophant, how do you feel? There's still faith. The Hierophant talks about a couple of things. How it feels, I would say, there's faith. Maybe there's still some sort of faith for this situation. There might be hope, faith. It could also mean that you're simply trusting now the process, that you're like, okay, I have a bit of distance now to look onto the situation, and I do have faith that everything is happening according to the divine plan. So there is also a trust in the divine with the Hierophant being here. Also, the Hierophant can talk in general about a valuable lesson. It's a teacher. So for some of you, this situation could have taught you something very important. Moving into the Ace of Swords, you are going to get the clarity related to this situation that you need. You will be able to see something clearly, to know something. The Ace of Swords is a I know now. I see now. I can see, I know the fog has lifted. I can see now the path in front of me. I see a solution to this situation. I have the clarity now. This is what's coming towards you. And I feel like this is going to be a very recent or a very soon to come thing. I feel like 1 or 2 weeks from when you're watching this. Again, overthinking a situation here. You're being in the King of Wands energy. Again, I also feel like connected to the situation, you have learned a lot. You're showing yourself in a slightly different, so there is a difference between the two of you. While there is a similarity as well, both Kings energy here. So I do feel like there is something that does connect you to the other person. Could be this topic of independence and being a good counselor or teacher. Maybe you're both teacher, counselors, independent, self-employed, being self-sufficient in some shape or form, though I would say probably, suppose both in a way. However, there is a significant difference in approach. While the other person is very down to earth, pragmatic, maybe rigid, maybe stubborn. Oh yes, but I'm gonna do it this way now and nobody can distract me from this path, or nobody. It's like when this guy has set his mind to something, he is going to achieve it and he's not gonna tell anybody to, nobody's gonna come in to convince him otherwise. In a way, that's how both people approach a situation. But this person is more like stubborn. It's like, with you, however, the energy goes more into, is more fiery. So you could be he might be very confident and stable. And I say he, it could be a she, but that's just the energy. So he could be stable and secure, and his approach is pragmatic and down to earth, and we're gonna work on this. He's like, yeah, you need to work on things, you need to be persistent. I feel like you want to have a little bit more excitement, you want to have a bit more fun, maybe a bit more adventure, because that's still in the energy of the King of Wands. He has just learned not to jump into everything straight away that he finds interesting, because he knows sometimes you need to see the big picture, and just starting a lot of things might not be the best approach. So he has really matured. He knows he wants to follow his desires and the things that excite him, the things that interest him. However, he knows it's sometimes good to plan ahead, to look at the big picture and not just of the thing that is in front of you that you desire. So that's a really nice approach in general. Very, very grounded in that sense as well, but that's the King energy. They are all a bit more grounded, more mature. But I feel like your approach is, what you're looking at the moment is that you want to let's say it in a different way. The other person might be too rigid for you or too boring for you. While you're like, no, I need to be active. I need excitement. I need, yeah, those things. I need to feel that I'm alive. I need to do stuff here. So you're more like that. Well, this person is fine to be at home. This person is like, no, let's go out. Let's do something. And maybe that was a difference between the two of you. The Three of Pentacles tells me that your hope is for a teamwork. So I do still feel like within that situation, your hope is that the two of you are working together harmoniously. However, we are going into the Five of Swords, and I don't think it's going to be possible. The Five of Swords is an energy of destruction, where somebody wants to win at all cost, be right at all cost. Somebody might be very selfish in the extreme narcissistic. And obviously I don't want to let you just out on the reading with this card, which is why I wanted to pull some more cards to know what is this about. And the energy I'm getting here is that if one can't be happy and satisfied on their own, they won't be able to create a loving environment, a peaceful environment, a harmonious environment. But they will bring that destruction, that inner fight that is within them into the relationship, into the community. So in order to achieve the 10 of Cups, which is connection, which is true connection, which is not, doesn't matter if it is with a single person or with a bigger community or a bigger group, but in order to achieve this, you need to be in the Nine of Cups, which is your self-fulfillment. You need to be happy with yourself, which doesn't mean that we need to be perfect in order to create those loving, harmonious connections. It just simply means that if somebody is here with a destructive energy, they won't be able to get there. Because what you need, the person who is here, who's selfish, destructive, wants to win at all costs, be right at all costs, they first need to be in the energy of peace and satisfaction themselves, for themselves, without anybody else. And be content. And once you've mastered this, you can access the 10 of Cups. However, I feel like there's something going to happen where you might realize that a specific situation, the way it is just not working. This could be connected. Often see the Devil in combination with the Five of Swords. So the blocking energy, even though you see things clearly, the blocking energy is going to happen again. So just be mindful about that, and really with those energies, take care of yourself. Obviously, roles can be reversed for all the cross watchers, as you know, but I feel like this is an important insight that you're going to gain very soon. And then it almost feels like something is going to show up again to underline that clarity that you're currently looking for, that you will receive soon. So you're going to know within that situation that happily ever after, the deep connection won't be possible the way you hope it would be, or you would wish for. Alright, Cancer, this is your reading for June. I do hope you resonate with it. If so, please leave a like, a comment or subscribe to the channel, and I'm looking forward to see you guys next time.